Testing, testing, one, two, testing, testing. What it do? Hey y'all, this is Cleo, and your girl has um started a book that I absolutely love. It is called The Artist's Way, a course in discovering and recreating your creative self, a spiritual path to higher creativity by Julia Cameron. By Julia Cameron. It's called The Artist's Way, and it goes by like 12 weeks. You have to do morning pages. That's pretty much right. Three full pages of just junk things that are on your mind, just some random things, just something. You have to really put down some words on three pieces of paper every morning. Okay. And then you have check ins, you have tasks that you have to complete throughout that week. Then you have an artist date to where you go and take you and your artist self on a date. You don't tell nobody about these dates. It's just for you yourself, okay? You can go to the museum. It don't even have to like you don't even have to spend money. You can just go take a walk down the street by yourself. Like it's really just taking time to yourself. Um but today we're going to start out with week 1, and the title is what's week 1? Let me write it. I don't think I wrote the correct one down, but is recovering a sense of safety. Okay. So, my title for this chapter is Your Artist is a Child. Find and protect that child. Okay. All right. So, this chapter was mostly talking about your inner artist, your inner child. Okay, the difference between a dream of action and the fear of failure. This is where shadow artists are born. Shadow artists are, I think I have a good meaning for it, but shadow artists are just like pretty much your artist self is living in a shadow because you're too intimidated to become an artist yourself. Very often too low in self worth to realize that they have an artistic dream. These people become shadow artists, unable to realize that they themselves may possess the creativity they so admire. They often date or marry people who actively pursue the art career themselves, secretly longing for themselves, pretty much. Shadow artists love other artists. Shadow artists choose shadow jobs to where they like play in the background in the background. um Shadow artists judge themselves harshly, beating themselves for years over the fact that they have never acted on their dreams. Okay, it takes time to nourish and make an artist. So with that being said, shadow artists are people that pretty much just live in a shadow. Like you are an artist, but you don't want to be the forefront, or you're just too afraid to. And then another shadow artist thing is that you look at other artists and be like, oh, I can do it better, or oh, they not really doing it right. Like you're judging people, but you're too afraid to even become that artist and to really put yourself out there. That right there is just it's true, because for a long time I was a shadow artist, and so many times where I loved other artists and I respect them so much to where I would, try to like be around them, or you know what I'm saying, just try to like, you know, not gonna say piggyback, but I just wanted to be around other artists because I was afraid to really just be myself. And I really was like, how can they really do this? Like, what do they do? So I found myself being a shadow artist for a long time until I pretty much made a mixtape a couple of years ago. And that really just kind of opened me up. But I feel like it kind of made me go back into my shell because I didn't get the feedback that I thought I would get off of it. Like my family didn't listen to the mixtape. People around me did, but it was only a select few. Um And it was just kind of crazy. But um this is another quote that she put in her book. It says, shadow artists remember, in order to move from the realm of shadow into the light of creativity, shadow artists must learn to take themselves seriously with gentle, deliberate effort that must nourish their artist child. Creativity is play, but for shadow artists, learning at allowing learning to allow themselves to play is hard work. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. By willing to be a bad artist, you have a chance to be an artist. Perhaps over a time, a very good one. Don't forget, y'all, like it takes time. It takes time to really master your craft and to really be the artist that you want to be. A lot of times we stop doing what we love to do because we did it wrong once. And we have to really protect ourselves as artists because we can let one word stop us from doing the things that we love to do. Okay? Just like I said about me putting out my mixtape and I didn't get the reaction that I thought I would get, which I got a pretty good one, but I just thought he was just gonna blow me up and I was just gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of made me think that it wasn't good enough or I'm not good enough. Made me think that by me saying the things that I say, and feel the way that I feel, that is just too much, that I'm too real, that I say things that don't nobody say, I'm crazy. So it kind of made me go back into my shell. But recovery is awkward, and it can be a very embarrassing process. You can fail, you can mess up, you can forget your lines, you can get out there and fall in front of, like, it's a lot that you have to go through in order to be an artist, period. Because we cannot, that's one thing we cannot be, is afraid. As an artist, you can't be afraid. You have to be you authentically, and you cannot worry and compare yourself to nobody. That's one thing that I have really learned. Okay. And for a long time, um it was just a lot of like things in my past that kind of like triggered me to really not be my authentic self. I remember one time, in art, I actually painted this water painting picture of a clown, and it got chose to be in a art show, which I was like probably in like 6th grade, and I was dealing with a lot because my father wasn't in my life, and I was just like very rebellious and mean and angry. But this clown that I drew, I can pretty much see it now, and it was like very abstract. Like, I'm not even saying the word right, but it was very unique, and it kind of remind me of like a Basquiat painting, but it was more like, I don't know, I really can't explain it. But it was really dope, and I didn't think that until I got older. But I remember me going to the art museum to, look at my art in the museum, and my mom didn't go, my sisters, nobody went. I really went with a mentor that I had, and she was an older white lady, and she took me to the museum, and she, like, celebrated me for having my art in the museum. Dang, it's making me like cry a little bit. Not cry, but it's just making me feel some type of way. And every time I talk about this, I get like choked up because I'm like, damn, like, you are an artist and you allow people to stop you from being who God created you to be for so long. But my mom didn't go, nobody went, and but my mentor. So we went and we, have fun. And afterwards she took me out to eat, and we was just, like chilling, and I just remember us laughing and smiling. And when it was time for my artwork to come home, um I hung it on the wall, and I was in love with it. But growing up, we in my family, my brothers and sisters, we were mean to each other. Like, we talked about each other so bad. And I remember my sister, like, really like talking about my art, like down in my art. And that right there fucked me up for a long time. And I can't blame her. You know, we was dealing with a lot within ourselves as kids. But two, one, 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 one, two, three. All right. Dang, I couldn't even get three out because I just kept saying one, two, one, two. All right, y'all. So I had to start over the video because I was out of storage. So um I have my notes here, guys. But to kind of piggyback on what I was talking about when the video ended, um, yeah, my bad, my mouth is juicy. But anyway, um, I was talking about a situation that happened to me when I had when I had won a spot in an art show as, I think I was in like sixth grade or something. But I remember that incident with my sister, and then I remember some other incidents when I got older. After that, I pretty much was like, "Fuck art!" Like I just didn't care about it. Um, but I would always like be creative in my room by myself. Like I remember, like just randomly painting a picture frame with some nail polish, and I don't know, it just I was just in my own like world doing that. I remember that. That's crazy. um but then like when I had got older, I had fell in love, and it really wasn't a healthy like me falling in love thing. It was pretty much me clinging to someone because I didn't have a father figure in my life, and that made me want love, want attention, and I just pretty much gave somebody my all, which, now that I look at it, I was like, damn, you had some issues. But anywho, everybody does. Who's perfect? No one. But I remember that person telling me that he would always try to change me. Like if I had a certain way of wearing something, he would be like, "Oh, that's lame. Don't wear that." Or he'd try to like buy me shoes and things because he didn't like the way that I dressed. Which I was like, I grew up like a hand me down, like thrift store, like um going to missions and they giving us free clothes. Like that's how I grew up. And I really like, I'm grateful that I did grow up that way because that made me appreciate the small things now that I'm older. But I just remember him saying, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you if you're going to be a rapper or you're going to be this artist." Like, like he would always down me when I had always brought up my more artsy side. And then I got a little bit older, and I started dating my second daughter's father. And um, I don't know. I think I told him that I was gonna like do music or be a rapper or work on try to being famous. I was crazy back then, trying to be famous, and he laughed in my face as well. And I would just remember doing a lot of creative shit and people would laugh at me. So that kind of made me um that kind of really made me like draw into like a shell. And then I started to try to be who I thought people wanted me to be, like trying to have my nails done all the time, make sure my hair was done, like really causing myself anxiety because I'm like, man, I gotta have my nails done, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta be cute, I gotta be this. And it really like took me for a loop. And it really made me not know who I was for a long time. I was looking for love for a long time. And I was just lost. I was so lost. And now that I'm 35 years old, I have really um started to really love myself. Like starting to really like think back on the crazy weird shit that I did. Like I remember being in a play in high school. I was in this just one play, and I remember really like taking my role and really like playing it out. Like I played that shit. And my sister's friend, she was like, "Whoa, you did good in the play." And I was like, "Thank you." And that kind of just made me like, that gave me like a like that gave me some like confidence, a little bit of confidence. And I would just remember me like just popping out of nowhere, just singing like, oh my gosh, I just love this life that I'm living. Don't you? So I would do weird shit like that out of nowhere. But anywho, like, it's like I have these thoughts of where I'm like, I want to be in a movie. Like, I want to act. I love acting. I love singing. I love dancing. I love it. And for me to even say it, I'm like, haha, really? And that right there just shows me like I have a lot of work to do on myself, because why can't I? Like, why can't you be great? Like, why can't you have a role in a movie? Or, like, why can't you, like, that's one reason why I love the music and I love like making visuals, because I love like playing a role, and I'm weird and I love my weirdness. Like, I love it. I love it. And that's just it. But anyways, y'all go back because I went on a tangent. But anyway, I just remember those people, and those people have really like made a mark on me in a negative way. And I remember my mom, my godfather had bought me a guitar, and this guitar, I was trying to learn how to play it. So I was in the room, just like, going crazy on it. And my mom walked past my room and she like, what's all that noise? Like, why are you doing that? Like, you need to go and get lessons, because this ain't gonna make, like, she kind of yelled at me, and that right there fucked me up too. So I was like, oh, fuck this guitar. So I pawned it. My godfather was pissed, but I was like, fuck this. Like, every time I try to do something, it's always like negative fucking feedback. Nobody ever like uplift me or say I can do shit. And that pissed me off for a long time, but it really just showed me like, you have to stop caring about what people say about you, because that's what's stopping you. That's what's stopping you. And then I started reading that week 1, chapter 1, and I started thinking about it says something about core negative beliefs. And these beliefs are what people have said about you, what you believe about yourself, and they just keep playing around in your head, right? So she had like a little thing in there that it stated, it was like, I can't be successful or prolific or a creative artist because what? And I put, because I will hurt everyone, or I will sell my soul, or I will hurt my friends and family, or I will act like I'm better than everybody else, or my head will get too big and you ain't able to tell me nothing. And I'm like, all these core beliefs that was just going around, and around and around in my head. Like, I have to really like stop that and really like, you know, fix it. And she was like, ways that you can fix that is that it's to understand that these core beliefs, they're not facts. That they're just not facts. You know what I'm saying? They're somebody's opinion or whatever the case may be. But affirmations will allow you to become unblocked. These affirmations that she have in this book is amazing. I don't have the book with me, but I think I'm gonna do a meditation with just these affirmations. But she said the affirmations will help you achieve a sense of security and hope. And then she had a thing about blurts. What are blurts? Like, just like I said, like, I was like, I'm gonna be in a movie. I want to be in a movie. I'm gonna be in a movie. And then on the other side, the negative side was like, hi, you ain't gonna be in a movie. Ha! See, that's a blurt, because it just blurted some bullshit out, some negative shit. You know what I'm saying? And even when I'd be like, man, I can really sing. Like, that sounded so good. And they'd be like, this side be like, girl, that sounds terrible. Your voice sounds like, like all these things that are like coming out of your mind. Like, you have to, when you hear those things, she wants you to write them down. And then on the other side, she wants you to write the positive. All right. So, my favorite affirmation, this affirmation is my life, okay? My dreams come from God, and God has the power to accomplish them. My dreams come from God, and God has the power to accomplish them. You feel me? Because that right there is true. My dreams come from God, and God has the power to accomplish Yo, like that's the battlefield of the mind right there, because I'm constantly battling and I'm winning because I really do believe in myself. Like I really do believe that something can change. Like if I change this, then my feet will start moving in the direction it needs to be moving into. All right, so in the end of the book, she has like these tasks that you have to do like every day during the week. All right. So she said, list the people that were your creative self lows, like these people that brought you down. I named those already, but listen, those people, my sister and my mom, I love y'all so much. We went through a lot, so I can totally understand why things were happening the way that they happened. Like I don't blame you, I don't fault you for anything. I love you, and I'm so thankful that you are in my life right now, and you are a positive, uplifting person in my life right now. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. And some people that gave you creative power. I would say my art teacher in 6th grade. She made me feel like, girl, you an artist. Stop trying to make your artist so no your art so perfect and just create. Her, I remember having a mentor. So I also had a teacher named Miss Gray. She was in like I think I was in elementary when I met her. But she would always, you know what I'm saying, take me places. She would do a lot of different things with me. She was just always a positive black woman. And yeah, so I had an artist date. I forgot what I did for my artist date on the week 2. But I am doing a recap of this book because I am on my way to the 5th week, but I wanted to document it and I needed to go over the book just so that I can make sure that I understand it properly. But yeah, my morning pages, I've been doing those. I missed like one day or 2 days, but it was all good because I really needed it. But yes, so I'm done with this video. I'm thinking about making a affirmation an affirmation video because these affirmations that she have in this book is amazing. If not, I think it's like week 3, but with week 2 I did I wrote my notes for that, but I will be letting you guys know yeah, what happens in week 2. But thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Your girl is on the journey to become monetized, but I do want to share my journey and what I'm teaching myself and what I'm learning on that journey. All right, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever you got to do. And if you are creative that you feel like you're blocked, that book is the best book to really like work on, read, work through, because it's helping me a lot. And what else I was gonna say? The book name is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. All right, I love y'all. Say bye.